How this is applicable to our topic starts with that fictional mad social scientist I mentioned in the first video of this series. Emile Durkheim must have had some critics, not necessarily calling him mad, not necessarily saying he was morbidly attracted to suicidal people or whatever, but due to the defensive manner with which he introduced various planks of his platform, I would venture he had had debates of both the friendly and the snippy variety with colleagues and or yellow journalists before he sent his manuscript, which became the book Suicide, to his publishers. I mention this specifically because of what appears on page 278 of his famous book. Quote, "Moreover, we can only proceed deductively in relating characteristics of suicides to the respective causes from which they seem to spring. All we can do is show their logical implication, though the reasoning may not always be able to receive experimental confirmation. We do not forget that a deduction uncontrolled by experiment is always questionable. Yet this research is far from being useless, even with these reservations." End quote. "Yeah," wrote the Supreme Being, "the Pentateuch is a little dry, and the Gospels are repetitive, but overall, I don't know, well, it's not useless." In other words, I see Durkheim as quite the humble cat, and for some reason defensive. "All I've done is deduce," wrote Durkheim, "therefore all my conclusions could be wrong." Which implies the laboratory, petri dishes, beakers, Bunsen burners. Often, with the so-called hard sciences, experiments involving exact measurements and precise mathematics can be conducted to confirm suspicions. Yes, physicists gave us the bomb, but we're still waiting to find out if anything at all to do with their 40-plus-year-old string theory, or M theory, can be tested and thereby become more than a pretty story. We of the soft sciences, on the other hand, aren't known for testing our theories in the lab, and often our measurements aren't quite as exact as theirs. To wit, we consider a plus or minus 3% margin of error sound. We're like horseshoes that way. What I think Durkheim was getting at here is the issue of